Happy New Year, gang! Hey, gang! Uncle Todd and Sonny here. And tonight we are looking at Iced. It's our New Year's Eve or New Year's film. Now, according to Wikipedia, this film has a New Year's setting. But having watched it, I don't think I saw them mention New Year's at all. But it is set in a snowy clime, so I'm going to go with it. It's hard to find a lot of New Year's Eve horror films, you know? Anyways, it is a straight-to-video film from the late 80s, and not a lot of big stars. Two of them, Deborah DeLiso and Jason Allen Johnson, were in Slumber Party Massacre. But the big name in this film is Lisa Loring, who all diehard horror fans know was the original Wednesday Addams on the TV show from the 60s. She was 6 when she played that. At that time, she had been a child model who was moving into acting. Her only credit before this was an episode of Dr. Kildare. After the Addams Family, the creator and producers of that show had a short-lived sitcom called the the Pruitts of Southampton, which was a sitcom about a rich family that became broke, and the government was subsidizing him so that people wouldn't find out and be discouraged of the economy or something like that. Very short-lived. I think like 13 episodes. Anyway, after that, as most TV actresses is, she then did a lot of one-shots on TV shows like Barnaby Jones and Fantasy Island. She did have a 9-episode run on As the World Turns, and of course reprised her role of Wednesday in the Halloween with the New Addams Family, which was a pilot that did not get sold, but was popular when it was broadcast. She didn't really have a great life. She had 4 marriages, all ending in divorce, before passing away from cancer. Now, she did return to horror acting in the 80s, the late 80s, with along with this film, Blood Frenzy and Savage Harbor, which is more of a suspense film, that one. But that was about it until a couple of one-offs appearances before her death in films like Dr. Spine. But of her 4 marriages, her 3rd marriage was to adult star Jerry Butler. She had started working in the industry, not on camera, behind the camera, which is how they met. But of course they ended in divorce. She just had a rough time of that. Now, the main reason she is a draw for this film is, sadly, for those of a prurient interest. She does a nude scene in a hot tub.
You're not rugged, it's true.
Well, we'll get to that eventually. But starting off, we are at a ski resort where we have a bit of a love triangle between a girl named Tina and 2 skiers, Corey and Jeff. And Jeff's kind of upset because she was coming up there with him. But she says, no, I'm not, you're not the boss of me, kind of thing. So Corey and Jeff decide to have a ski off. And it looks pretty neck and neck at first.
Hey! man, you all right?
Jeff looks to be a bit of a sore loser, doesn't he?
Could be.
Anyway, tossing a few back afterwards, he laments his troubles to a friend.
Corey picks up on it. Starts questioning my integrity as a skier. What can I do?
It's pretty nice of that friend to just sit there in silence where we can't see him or her and listen to the man pour his heart out of all his problems. Afterwards, in his room, Jeff hears Corey and Tina goofing around. They're not actually,
Sex.
they're basically arm wrestling and laughing about it. That's just too much for him, and he storms in.
Came up here with me.
I came here by myself. Why didn't you leave us alone?
Not until I'm finished with you.
Jeff, we're friends. That's all. Sorry.
Some friend.
Holy heartbreak.
Oh, that's the worst thing. He's been friend-zoned. Well, he storms out and decides, after a few more drinks, he's going to go night skiing, even though the snow's starting to come back down harder. As for Tina and Corey, well, they discuss what they want to do next.
He's making it out to be something that isn't.
You could always make it into what he thinks it is.
I guess he was right to be jealous. As for Jeff, well, intercut between him skiing and their canoodling, let's say.
Sex.
Very arty. Tragedy strikes.
I've had worse.
Oh, that looked like that hurt. Ooh, right in the chest area. Well, we skip 4 years ahead. Now, at this point, Corey and Trina, I've been saying Tina all this time, Trina, have gotten married. And we were briefly introduced to their other friends, namely Eddie and Jeanette, who were a couple. Let's see. Carl, who single guy, and John and Diane, who were also a couple. Now, they have all been invited to this timeshare villa in this new being built resort area to, and the person that invited them will be giving them a sales pitch, of course, but they can still enjoy all the skiing they want. No hard selling, he says. So Eddie didn't want to go, but he'll catch up later. So Corey and Trina are going up with Jeanette, Lisa Loring, and Eddie will catch up later. And John, who is now a pediatrician, has to do some more work. Then he and Diane will get there later. Eddie is on his way and gets directed into a detour, which is odd. That's mighty suspicious. Well, no sooner has he taken this route than he gets stuck in a snowdrift. But luck is with him. There just happens to be a guy on a snowplow nearby.
I'm shocked.
Oh, that's nasty. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, because now we have a long stretch of soap opera coming up. Trina, Corey, and Jeanette arrive. They find the house already open. It's well stocked, too. Lots of food and drink. They also find that Carl has arrived already. That's how he got in. Jeanette goes on and on about Eddie and all the problems they're having. We cut to John and Diane, and they discuss things. Diane's always lamenting about Jeff's mother, because she blames him for what happened to Jeff, because she was supposed to watch over him on that drink. It's character building, basically, for these groups, I guess. Just wish the characters were a little more likable. Anyway, going through all that, they do get a phone call, which Jeanette thinks is Eddie, but it's not. It's Alex, the realtor. Well, guy who's selling the shares, and he's going to come up that night. Okie dokie. Anyway, Carl and Corey go out skiing, and we hear some of their conversation about how their life is going and money troubles and whatnot, but they're not alone on that slope.
Come on, dude, sit back. Oh. Hey, wait up, you turkey. Woo-hoo.
Ominous. Well, next we're introduced to Alex.
You still look a little pale.
I'm just tired, that's all.
Well, you've been working hard. Your daddy's sure going to be proud of what you've done here at Snow Peak.
If we make our investment back.
This place will sell itself. All you got to do is take the checks to the bank.
Seems like a nice guy. Fabulous 80s mullet. Anyway, next, John and Diane arrive, and as they're putting their stuff away, John makes a discovery. Curiouser and curiouser. Wonder what that has to do with anything. Is that Jeff? But didn't he survive from the injury? I mean, he is the mystery skier, right?
Could be.
Next, we see what Carl, who's in the pharmaceutical business, has brought with him. Why the gun? Well, does seem to have a lot of product with him. Maybe it's for protection. Or maybe he's thinking of life not being worth it anymore. Who knows? You know, little character depth. Anyways, we are next treated to the side of him imbibing in some of his own snow, buck naked in the bathroom.
You're not rugged, it's true.
Because we all wanted to see that. Anyways, next he has a nightmare about, I don't know, finding himself in bed dead. It's something. Anyways, next John confronts him about the clipping.
Where'd you get this?
Found it in a drawer in my room. I figured you being the pervert that you are, you put it there.
Not me.
Pervert. I guess Carl's the practical joker of the group. Although, pretty macabre joke. But he says he didn't do it, so I'll believe him. And then we get another long stretch of character stuff as they have dinner. And Alex, who's getting ready to go see them from the cell, starts fantasizing about Jeanette and him in a hot tub. I didn't even know he knew who they were, but yeah, there you are. So, of course, I can't show you any of that. It's pretty risque. Anyways, Jeanette's kinda ticked off about her boyfriend not coming and not calling and not being at home where she can get a hold of him. And then we get a meet cute.
Hi, I'm Alex Bourne.
Hi.
Oh yeah, she likes what she sees, and she's going for it. He doesn't really do a sell, no hard sell. He's just kind of getting to know him, answer any questions. He feels the place can sell itself. One of them easy-going kind of sales reps. Well, he's convinced to stay, past his salesmanship, especially by Jeanette. And right out in front of everybody, they just start macking on each other.
Hello? Yes. Well, yeah, just a moment. Jeanette?
Yeah, always leave it for a phone call to interrupt your trysts. Well, let's see who's calling her.
Hello?
Eddie, if this is a joke, it's not very funny. Hello? Son of a bitch.
Well, that can't be Eddie. We saw what happened to him. Wonder what kind of joke this is.
You said... This is Eddie. I'm here with Jeff now.
What?
You know, I'm thinking it's time we got some backstory given to us about this whole Jeff thing.
That was some old friends of ours.
They're not coming?
No, they're not coming. Eddie's my soon-to-be ex-boyfriend, and Jeff's dead.
Jeff was a friend of ours who died in an accident.
Okay, that's cleared up. So now we have to figure out who the killer is. But before that, why don't we see how timeshare sales is actually done?
Jeff Stinson.
What? Did you know him?
No, but I thought he was coming with you. I mean, his name was on the list.
What list?
The list of people in your party. Jeff Stinson an invitation and he accepted.
Did you actually speak to him?
Hey, man. Where the hell did you get our names from anyways? Hey, cool it.
Damn it!
We buy mailing lists.
Yeah, he just happened to buy the list of people that stayed in those resorts. Happens all the time. Well, he leaves his card in case they need to call him about anything, and says he'll check into what the heck's going on with a dead man accepting an invitation. And Little goodbye kiss from Jeanette, and he's off. After that, unfortunately, John gets a call. Medical emergency, so he and Diane have to go. They'll see if they can get back up tomorrow, but he's got to go now, so he goes to warm up the car.
Jim Carter.
Finally! We're over an hour into this thing and things are finally starting to happen. Well, of course, Diane comes out and finds him, and we get a spirited little chase around the villa because nobody can hear her. I like that. That was clever. The switch. Anyways, later, Jeanette's starting to feel a little guilty about her actions that evening.
We're looking pretty cozy.
I feel really stupid throwing myself at him like that.
He wasn't exactly repulsed.
Carl can be a pretty nice guy sometimes. Too bad he has to go and ruin it. You just had to go there, didn't you, movie? Well, they cut away, so we don't know how far that proceeded. You make your own judgment on that. We have more important things to learn, like what our masked skier is doing outside the villa. Bear traps. Wow. Wonder who he's setting that up for. Well, here's the scene everybody came to see when they originally rented this film. Jeanette strips down and gets in the hot tub to relieve all her problems. Unfortunately, she gets another one.
I'm shocked.
Ooh. Poor Jeanette. She just wanted to be loved. Well, next up is Carl, who gets lured outside. Well, looks like we know who the bear traps were for. Yeah, what we don't find out till in the morning is when he fell on a third trap, and that's what did him in. Well, the noise of the gunshot wakes up Corey, and he kind of wanders around and then finds that there's one piece of pie left. And, well, not one to let such things go to waste.
Jim Carter.
Well, the next morning, Trina wakes up and starts finding all of her friends' bodies. Although, there is some good news.
Oh my God! I'm not dead.
Good advice, get help. So she runs outside where she finds more friends dead. But she also finds Carl, who has car keys and a gun. So she takes those and goes back to the villa, and then remembers the card that was left the night before.
Alex, I need help.
Trina, is that you?
Please come. They've all been murdered.
Hey, stay calm. I'll be right there. I'll have the police on the way.
Okay. Good man. Now all Trina has to do is sit and wait for the police and Alex to arrive.
All right, we'll call it a draw.
Final girls are never that easy. Now she just has to figure out a way to ambush him. Yeah, that's how you stick it to him.
I've heard worse.
That didn't seem to do anything to him. What's the deal with that? I think it's time we revealed the killer. And I'm pretty sure, if you've been following this, you've figured out there's only one person it could be.
Inconceivable.
Yep, Alex. Who else? There's nobody left, basically. Well, you know what that means? Exposition dump.
You and him should thank for this. See, Jeff's an old friend of mine. We go way back. Listen, you pushed him over the edge. I went down the slope and tried to save him. You ruined my life. I had everything, and you took it away from me. I could have been a world-class skier, a world-class businessman, and you took it away from me! I became an object of pity. Everyone pitied me. Poor Alex. Poor amputee.
Ah, that explains why his leg didn't feel the effect of the scissors. Yeah. That's a lot of bitterness. Well, while this has been going on, Corey, remember him? He was able to pull the knife out of his shoulder, find the gun that got dropped in the original tussle, claw his way upstairs so that he can kind of save the day.
All right, we'll call it a draw.
Talk about your shoddy workmanship. Leg came right off. Well, after that exciting denouement, we now have to have the requisite jump scare to end the film. So we jump ahead another 4 years, where Trina and Corey and their 2 kids are building a huge snowman. What a surprise ending! Typical. Personally, I get a little tired of those. I've always, ever since, I think it was Halloween, did the first one where, oh no! But it's become such a cliche that it doesn't spark any shock value anymore. In fact, if you have one that doesn't have that, that's the surprise. But, you know, they got to set up those sequels. Even for ones that have nowhere else to go. It's an okay film. It takes forever to get going after the first killing. The setup's pretty good, but there's this long chunk where it's just people arguing and reminiscing and doing this and that, and it's all just basic soap opera, and I really don't care. None of these people are people I'd want to hang out with. I don't know about you. And there's a main problem with the mystery. And maybe Alex is supposed to be a red herring because early when you're first introduced to him, we get this scene. Kind of giving it away there. And then there's all those scenes of him imagining him and Jeanette in a hot tub together. I don't know if these... Well, they can't be memories, otherwise she would have remembered him, right? Anyway. And this also leads to a problem that's never addressed. Who made the phone call? Alex was there. How did he set that up? They don't explain that. That's a problem. And, of course, he's the only suspect you really have. Even from the beginning, there is no one else among that group it could be, and we weren't introduced to anyone else. The only possible one could have been Carl, but even that is thrown out because he's spied on by the guy, earlier in. So there is, and then there's the whole thing about, well, maybe Eddie's still alive, but that's not done well either, because as soon as you find the clipping, that means he died. So who's the one doing all this? Must be Alex. He's the only one left. Not very well written. On the plus side, kills are pretty inventive. With the ski pole, the snow plow, and the large icicle. Those are all well done. In fact, I believe the icicle was reused in the remake of Black Christmas. And it's a good little set piece. Of course, you're going to use that. The acting's pretty okay. The standout, not surprising, is Lisa Loring. She, of course, she has the one character that has the most character, basically. She has an arc. And, boyfriend might be cheating, might not be. Goes through a lot of emotions, She's kind of flirty with Alex, and then she feels bad about it. And, well, the actress that plays Diane's okay. She gets to have some hysterics, especially after they find out about the whole Jeff thing being maybe alive, maybe dead.
After the funeral, she damned me. She said I was responsible and that the family would avenge his death. I was supposed to look out for him. She knew he was...
a freak.
Will, shut up! He had problems!
Yeah, it's pretty good. I like that. He had problems. But yeah, she's the only one that gets any real acting to do. Everybody else just kind of... Well, except for the guy who plays Carl, because he gets to be a jerk, and a jerk is always somewhat entertaining.
Dad designed and built the Mark Twain Museum there.
Really?
That is so cool.
Very funny.
You almost expect everybody to go, "Shut up, Carl!" But, yeah, other than a bad mystery setup with almost no suspects, and a fairly boring stretch. Can't even call it a midsection, because Eddie's death is like fairly early in the film, first 20 minutes. And then there's almost like this stretch of like almost like 45 minutes or so before we get to the next one. The last 20 minutes feels really rushed, with everything just happening like that, you know. But yeah, other than that, it's an okay film. Not great, not awful, kind of pedestrian. Well, please hit like, share, and subscribe, and stay after the credits for my favorite scene.